Honestly, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. These are fun to make. And honestly, it improves the community too. Means the quality of hacks will be better. So let's push that to the next level. So far, we've only been doing stuff inside of SkyTemple. But if you've been around in the community a bit, 3 letters will come up eventually. ASM. It's a coding language that, scary. I haven't learned it yet. This is not a tutorial on that. This is just how to import it. So, here are some of the .asm patches I have. I opened up a random .asm file and I have no clue how you read this. This is basically how you display variables like money. And as you can see, there are little tidbits of code. Comments are signaled with semicolon. It's so whack. I have no clue how to use this. So in these files, if you're using a clean US ROM, you don't need to do this. But if you aren't, you're using an EU ROM, you need to add semicolons here and remove all these. Now, I'm not on an EU ROM, so I'll just undo all that. And these are instructions on how to use them. This one is a bit complicated. I'll just try to break it down as much as I can. Let's start with the actual command, the process special. Now, I did myself the displeasure of choosing one of the more complicated ones. So, you saw code at the very top, Explorer script code. So let's just put that in here. And obviously remove the semicolons and line it up. Now, here's the kicker. You need to move these to the very top. Otherwise, you'll have to change this number and it gets really, really wonky. Now, you'll see these two things right here. Select ID and string sprint F. The thing I have here is called script string sprintf.asm, but in my files, I also have selectid.asm, which is just this. If you try to save this, and of course my SkyTemple broke, so there's no start here, but trust me, it doesn't matter. Unknown constant, select ID. Now, here's what we do. Lists, special process effects. I forgot to... This is why editing exists, and I'm so glad it does. Okay, now go to lists, special process effects, and there we go. We need 2 special processes. We need select ID and script string sprintf. So add special process twice. Now effects code, add 2 of these. Go to 61, import code. Import code. I hate this program. Import code, and there we go. Select id.asm. Nothing's gonna happen. I really wish something did, but you'll see a star here. That means it imported. Really wish there was a more clear indicator than that. We go to 62, do the exact same thing. Again, you see the star, that means it worked. And then down here, 61, 62. There we go. That's how you import custom effects, or rather custom special processes. Now let's use it. We replace this with whatever select ID was. We imported it on effect 61, so it'll be 64. Same here. String sprintf, effect 62, so it's 65. And now, let's show what I actually did. Whoa. Alright. Your score is 0. So, this %d is set to change with condition. Condition is a variable, which I will proceed to look all over for now and not find. Ah, found it. This will destroy condition, but the most commonly used one, and the one I use myself, is carry gold. This is literally just the player's money. It's a variable. You can add and subtract from it, no problem. You can also change this, and it's really cool, but you have to make sure this is longer. Otherwise, for some reason, it just doesn't work. Now that was cool, but let's get into S&D stream. Heard a lot of kooky stuff about that, and not a lot of people dared touch it. It's really not that bad. Let me show you exactly what SMD Stream is. This is very, very important. Make sure you have exactly actor and level loader applied. If you don't, when you try to apply it after SMD Stream, your ROM will corrupt. So in the description, there will be a zip file, or rather a Google Drive link to one, and it will have all of these. Also in the description, there will be a link to the only program I know how to use for this thing. It's called DS Lazy. Now, here's where we start to get cool and amazing. Click this little button here, find your ROM, loaded NDS file. Perfect. Now you want to unpack it. This takes a while, don't worry. See? It opened on its own. Now, this is the entire thing. This is everything inside of EOS. Background music, yeah, I don't know what program can open these. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a file, convert it to what's needed, plop it in, and attach it to the ROM. Now there is no program I can recommend more than Audacity. Simple to use, free download, it really just has everything. So let's grab a file that we want to use. I'll just go ahead and grab something. Alright, so I got my sound effect. I'm very mature. So let's take a look at the instructions again. The WAV file that should be played back must be 44 100 Hz 16-bit mono. So we set this to 44 100 and then we convert this to mono. Like so. Drop the quality a bit, but that should be fine. Also, it's too slow. We can speed it up. Let's play it at triple speed. Whoops. If you don't want to change the pitch, then just change tempo. Okay, that's too much. Now, what I like to do is I like to take a bit of empty noise and then just copy paste a little bit of it. It's so that I have a margin for error. And we'll get to why that's necessary in a minute. So now that I have my desired sound effect, file, export as WAV as dictated by the instructions. Must be a .wav file. And we need to name this streamed underscore and then a number. Let's use 1 for simplicity. Okay. Wait, did I have it as 16-bit? I do. Make sure it's on this option. Because of the way I have it set up, it puts it there by default, but you're going to want it in data, sound, BGM, and here it is, comedy. Back to NDS unpack. You know those other two files I have? Those I said would be saved for later? These two? Drop them in, hold Control so you copy them. And then click here, then type all lowercase PowerShell. All you really need is a single command. /rmips smd stream.txt. And there we go. If you did it wrong, armpis smd stream. Something along these lines should come up, but this is the right command, and that's all you need. Now our fart with reverb sound effect is attached to our ROM, so I can close all these. Then we just repack it. Now make sure you don't save this as this. Call it something different. Like, just add SMD stream to it. That's what I do. And yeah, it's all done. So we can just open it up. Alright, cool, it's open. Now, obviously as SMD stream files, or rather as ASM files, we're going to need to re-import them. So special process effects, same process. We have 2 special processes. So now we got this cool little thing we can do. Let's just delete all those because they're not necessary anymore. Great. Now let's play the fart with reverb sound effect. Process, special. What's our ID for playing it? That would be 66. And if we look at the code, arg0, ID for specifying a file located at path, whatever. Essentially what that means is this number right here is why we named it streamed 1. If we named it streamed 2, this would be a 2. Streamed 0, it'd be 0. Just don't name it streamed negative numbers. 1, and I didn't see a thing for arg2 or arg1 in this case. So, biggest problem with S&D stream, it loops automatically. Now that's very, very good for dungeons, but it's not good for sound effects. This is why I added that blank space. So here, we can either do some math, scary, or we can just pull out a calculator. Where does this end? Let's say 3.30. Now we're going to use a wait command. It will be 60 times your length in seconds, 3.3, equals 198. 198. And then we stop S&D stream with this other one. 0 equals paused, 1 equals playing. And that's arg0. Process special. What's our ID? 67. So, 67. 0 is paused. And there's no other arguments. Now, one last thing I forget all the time. You can't have other music playing. It just doesn't let you do that. It becomes really buggy, really fast. So we're just going to use BGM stop. Simple. Now, let's watch SB play fart with reverb.mp3. And that's S&D stream. That's how you play custom sound effects. This will increase the size of your patch very, very fast. Like, my patch size just got about 200 kilobytes bigger, because that's how big the WAV file was. It's really cool, but also really punishing. One last thing, these are two of the more extreme examples. There are other way more simple ones. Custom patches. These are not just .asm files, they're actually .skypatch. And let me show you what it looks like. So I have here a test speed.skypatch. Let's open it. Yeah. Open patch directory. Should look something like this. What you want to do is you just want to drag it in there. That's it. You just go to others, and it should say, it should have a description. This is a bad example. If it says applied when you click on it, it probably isn't. Take this other one I have saved, change text sound. It says compatible. Now we're just going to use this one because it's way easier to explain. So if you ever get this error right here, overlay 0036.bin not found, it's because you don't have extra space applied. So just click apply, and then it will just work. Let's start with the text speed. It starts with bracket, bracket, BS, and then a fraction. 1, 1, 2, 1, twice as fast. 3, 1, 3 times as fast. And so on. It ends with VR, not CR, you colossal dummy. And that's just it. Set it to 2, 1 so you can see just how fast it is. Alright, yep, that is most definitely twice as fast. Now let's talk about the other one, the text sound. It says right here it's TSX, and it will use the X, the sound effect ID. Let's keep it simple and just use the stat up sound. 5, 3, 1. So TS 5, 3, 1. And then to stop it, it says TR. These last between text boxes. Both of them do. So now let's listen to Esper talk. Alright, yeah, that was definitely not the normal sound effect. It's cool if you get the right sound effect. Now, unfortunately, that's not all I'm talking about. There is one last thing I want to show. It's just been bugging me that 8X, the guy who made all of these, and then some, still considers himself new to the language. Are you sure? Anyways, let's grab everyone's favorite move. Quiver dance. Yeah, I don't understand any of this. But it's the same deal as before. You just need to click raw. Open up Notepad. Copy it all. Paste it in. File. Save. All files. Quiverdance.asm. And now you have a .asm file. Now, custom moves are a little bit more complicated. Hey, look who I remembered this time. Extract move code. Apply it. You need it in order to mess with this stuff. Now we go to moves. Move effects. Effects code. Same steps as before. Add a new one. 326. Import code. There it is. Open. See the star? It worked. And now we look for a move that isn't used. Yeah, I can get behind it. Right. So let's just take wide slash, copy all of this, paste it in here. Don't bother with any of this, but because it is Quiver Dance, change the range to self. And type bug status. And as for this, AX is kind enough to do this. You can just copy and paste it. And then just, yeah, simple, right? English, change that to Quiver Dance. This won't update yet, it will when you refresh. Base power 0, base PP not 99, and move ID 361. Category status move, type bug. And now into general. Accuracy 100, misaccuracy 100. Number of chained hits, exactly 1. Max upgrade level, 0. Target range, yep, no condition. This is all just AI stuff. And then we just save it. And we're done, right? No. Now, remember 361. Move effects? Yes. Now, effects code, what's the last one? Because that's the one we made. 326. So change this to 326. And there you go. Your custom move is made. I'd show it now, but unfortunately, yeah, we haven't covered dungeons yet. I'll probably leave a link in the description to 8x's magic. I have no clue how he does any of these, but they work. All of them do. As for the next tutorial, I have two options. I can do either overworld, saving, and NPCs, or I could do dungeons, boss fights, and fixed rooms. Which one do you guys want to see next? Make sure to comment down below. I will be reading them and judging you for your spelling mistakes. Okay, bye.